Welcome to our homeschool catch-up. Today, we're going to learn about Lesson 4.1, How Sounds Are Made. On your student book, it is on page number 54 to 55. The learning objectives of this lesson: first, identify the types of sound. Second, explain how sounds are made. So at the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the types of sound and explain how sounds are made. Let's begin. What is sound? Sound is anything that can be heard. It is caused by vibration traveling through air or water to your ear. Sound is a type of energy made by vibrations. When any object vibrates, it causes movement in the air particles. These air particles bump into the particles close to them, which makes them vibrate too, causing them to bump into more air particles. This movement is called sound waves that keeps going until they run out of energy. If your ear is within range of vibration, you hear the sound. Sounds are anything that can be heard. What are the different types of sound? First, living creature sounds. Second, natural sounds. Third, mechanical sounds. These are the different types of sound that can be heard. For living creature sounds, these are sounds that are made by living creatures, including people. What are the different examples of human sounds? Crying of a baby, clapping your hands, coughing, laughing, screaming, shouting, singing, snapping your fingers, sneezing, talking, and whispering. So these are the common example of human sounds created by human. Another, we have animal sounds. For example, bee buzzing, bird tweeting, cricket chirping, dog barking, lion roaring, snake hissing, whale singing, monkeys chattering, and horse hooves on pavement. So these are examples of animal sounds created by animals. For natural sounds, these are sounds produced in nature. What are the common examples of natural sounds? Raindrops falling on leaves, tornadoes roaring, thunder, flood water gushing down the valley, wind rustling the tree leaves, and wind howling. So these are examples of natural sounds produced in nature. Third type, we have mechanical sounds. For mechanical sounds, these are sounds produced by non-living objects. For example, an air conditioning fan, an airplane taking off, a car crashing, a car door closing, a car engine, a car horn, jingle bells, electric guitar winning, cymbals crashing, a drumstick striking a drum head, and flocking the strings of guitar. So these are examples produced by non-living objects. Now, we knew already what are the different types of sound. But how sounds are made? Sound is all about vibration. To make a sound, something has to vibrate. Whether that's the string of a guitar, the larynx or voice box of a person, or the loudspeakers of your radio. Sound waves consist of vibrating particles which knock into other particles, causing those particles to vibrate and knock into more particles, and so on and so forth. This is how sound waves travel away from their source. Sounds are made by vibrations. When something vibrates, it makes waves that pass through the air to make sound. We hear sounds because something causes our eardrums to vibrate. Eardrum separates the outer ear from the middle ear. It transfers sound to the middle ear by vibrating. Vibrations move through the air in waves until they enter our ears. When they do, the thin eardrum starts to vibrate and we hear the sound. A vibrating object will produce sound waves in the air. For example, when the head of a drum is hit with a mallet, the drum head vibrates and produces sound waves. These are the vibrating molecules and the direction of the sound waves. The region of compression moves upward as the energy from the vibrating drum head is transferred to groups of molecules farther and farther away until it reaches our ears. How sounds travel? Sound must travel through matter because it needs the vibration of molecules to pass on. The matter that transports the sound is called the medium. Sounds can travel through solids, liquids, or gas. Sound waves move by vibrating object and this object vibrates other surrounding objects carrying the sound along. Sound can move through the air, water, or solids as long as there are particles to bounce off. However, if there are not particles to bounce off, it cannot move and there is no sound in the vacuum of space because there is nothing to vibrate the sound. To explain how sound is carried through the air to our ears, there was an Irish scientist in the year 1658 who did an experiment to investigate how we hear sound. And this was Robert Bowell. What he did? He placed a clock in a glass jar and slowly pumped out all the air. When he had removed the air inside the glass jar, he could not hear the clock ticking anymore. So he came to the correct conclusion that a medium such as air is required for the transmission of the sound waves. So sound is carried through the air to our ears. For additional information about this lesson, watch this video in YouTube. For the summary of what we have learned, first, sound is anything that can be heard. Second, it is caused by vibrations traveling through air or water to your ears. Third, the three types of sounds are living creature sounds, natural sounds, and mechanical sounds. We learn also sounds are made when objects, materials, or air vibrate. And the last, sounds can travel through solid, liquid, and gaseous medium. That's all for today. Thank you for listening and have a good day.